Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode is a post-fight show for UFC Fight Night, Burns versus Woodley, welterweight clash. And yeah, this was, man, great finishes and hard-fought decisions throughout the card. As many of you know, I love cards like that. And yeah, this card did not disappoint from top to bottom. Yeah, so it's post-fight rundown on the main card. Let's get started. So to kick off the main card, we had a women's strawweight clash with Mackenzie Dern and Hannah Cifers, and I got this one right. Mackenzie Dern won submission, first round knee bar, very impressive. Mackenzie Dern, as long as she can make weight, I think she's going to be a title challenger before you know it. I think she's amazing. You know, her striking's gotten better over time, and she's a more complete fighter now. And yeah, I can't wait to see more of her. She's a good finisher in the women's strawweight division, and we can never get enough of that. Then in a catchweight bout at 157.5, we had Roosevelt Roberts versus Brock Weaver. I also got this one right. But I think I picked Roberts by decision, not submission. But yeah, submission rear naked choke round 2. Very impressive win for Roosevelt Roberts, who I believe is on a 2-fight win streak right now and 4-1 in the UFC altogether. So he's looking amazing, and I think you know, he made weight. Brock Weaver missed weight. And I think the lightweight division is good, but he can always. I think he's. I could picture him moving to welterweight. Maybe not in the immediate future, but in the future, I think. You know, he seems more like a welterweight. But anyhow, this was a great fight and great finish from Roosevelt Roberts. Then we had another catchweight bout at 150, Billy Quarantillo versus Spike Carlisle. Now this one I got wrong. Spike Carlisle, I was, you know, he's explosive, wrestling, heavy hands. I picked him to win. And you know what? There's a part of me that does feel like it may have been a robbery. I felt like he won at least 2 of those rounds, I feel, and but you know, that second round was pretty close, so it's hard to say. But yeah, 29-28 unanimous decision for Billy, and not the biggest robbery if it is a bogus decision, but it was a fun fight to watch, and it was a lot of back and forth and reversals and takedowns. And both displayed great wrestling ability in this fight. But yeah, your winner by unanimous decision, Billy Quarantillo. Then we have a heavyweight clash with Augusto Sakai and Blagoy Ivanov. Now, man, you know what? Blagoy, I had high expectations for him coming into the UFC after dominating the WSOF and PFL. And you know, I thought this guy's going to be just a destroyer, but he's really been kind of too standoffish in his fights, and he hasn't let his hands go. And a lot of his fights go to decision. And yeah, he's going to have to change his fighting style if he's going to want to win some fights, which I think he can. I think he needs to regroup and go with his coaches and figure something out, but I think he's better than this. But yeah, Augusto Sakai, he landed a lot of heavy shots, looked great in the stand-up, and looked great in the clinch, and won a clean unanimous decision on this one. Or split decision, my bad. But anyways, then we get on to the main event, welterweight clash with Gilbert Burns versus Tyron Woodley. And this fight, man, it was kind of sad to watch. Woodley looked frozen. Gilbert Burns, put on a clinic, striking clinic. And, I feel like if this were the old Tyrone Woodley versus this Gilbert Burns, I think it would be a completely different match. And I think we need that old Tyrone Woodley back. That destroyer that was knocking guys out, that was using his wrestling and mixing things up. And, the stuff that got him to the belt in the first place. I think he needs to dig deep and find that. But Gilbert Burns won fair and square. I mean, he truly just outstruck in every sense of the way Woodley. And so I think Gilbert Burns is a title contender. I think he needs to win 1 or 2 more fights, though, to get a title shot. But I think he's definitely a title contender. Maybe have him fight Colby Covington. Or some other top 10 welterweight. But I think 1 or 2 more wins and he'll make a clean statement that he's ready for that title shot. And I respect him too, because he's willing to fight a teammate and not play games. Like, he understands it's a sport and you want to be champion. And it's nothing personal. And so I definitely respect Gilbert Burns for that. But anyways, that wraps up this post-fight show. Stay tuned for my pre-fight show coming up for UFC 250. Nunes versus Spencer for the UFC featherweight women's title. And until then, see ya.